So welcome back to the Robby Gordon season mode. Right now, we have crested 1,000 points. That's because, 21 wins in 22 races will get you pretty far. We have a 324-point advantage above Greg Biffle, and Greg has started to really assert himself as the second-place man in points. Really impressive for Roush in 2013 to be running this good. Like, they were pretty good still in 2013, not great, but they still had Biffle and Edwards. But this is really impressive for what that team had. Kenseth, he's setting third, starting to kind of fall back. Truex still up here, all that. But Travis Pastrana is almost secured for a chase spot. He could still pretty easily lose it if he starts to run bad, but he's been running so good to where he's got about a 30-point advantage. Believe it or not, Watkins Glen, Jeff Gordon finished 40th. He's only got 6 top 10s. That wild card spot is not going to be got by David Reagan. He is down 29th right now. We're running out of races before the chase starts. There really ain't much a chance he's going to race his way into the chase. And Joe Nemechek, still dead last, and by a lot. So today we move on to Michigan. Michigan is a pretty straightforward track in this game. We beat him by really dumb strategy in the spring race. Steve and I almost flipped completely and ran into those titanium Michigan bushes. But we still won. It was by a lot. I can't even remember if it was a full lap, but we won by a good distance. This time I hope to not wreck nearly as much, because Michigan, like I said in the first race, pretty wide track. I should be able to miss the wrecks. And since I got the experience of the first one, maybe this one won't go as bad for at least the first half.
Before you begin qualifying, let's be sure the car is set up how you want it. Now head out and run a few laps.
Just like the first Michigan race, I'm not using a custom setup when I don't need one. I'm just using the default crap for this.
The car's looking good. You just need to go out there and put in a good, solid performance.
All right, once again, Gen 6 cars were super fast in this era, 850 horsepower. They were trimmed out. They might have had a lot of downforce, but all that did was make them stick good in the corners. And this was right when Michigan was freshly repaved. So the speeds are going to be massive. In 2014, they did a test here with the Cup cars. They cut the spoilers down by like half the height as they were then, because they were like 8 inches in 2014. So they had 850 horsepower and like 4 inches of rear blade. Jeff Gordon had a trap speed of 225 miles an hour going into turn 1. They didn't do it because it was ungodly unsafe, but imagine Cup cars going that fast. That must have been a rush. Committed back to the throttle a little lazy right there. I think in the spring race I was like lowest corner speed was 190, but hopefully it'll carry good because I kind of picked up the throttle sooner. Because we ain't getting a second lap that's going to be competitive. The first lap's all we got. Let's see what it is. I don't think it's going to be pole at all, but no, it isn't. 29th.
Let's see what you can do here.
Not good. We all know starting position does not matter at all, but I want something better than that. I'm going for the second lap, and I picked up a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold it in 3 and 4, though. Loose. Rear end stepped out just a little bit. Let's see if I can gain that 10th that I got.
That's okay,
Nothing.
buddy. That's okay. We know we can perform when it counts.
Okay. You're going to have to fight your way through the pack on race day. But I know you're ready.
Of course, I'm starting with David Reagan, the man who I killed in the last Michigan race. It's actually easier to go back to last than forward. Michael McDowell dead last, so he's almost 2 seconds off the pace, but Joe Nemechek 40th. Not the worst. I was actually almost 1 second off, so I did not put together a very good lap at all. And go figure, Greg Biffle's second, Matt Kenseth third, trying to apply championship pressure, as if that matters. But Kyle Busch on pole with a 35.53. That is freaking fast.
Just remember the basics and give me a good, solid drive.
Welcome to Brooklyn, Michigan, not far from the shadow of the home of America's auto industry, for today's running of the Pure Michigan 400.
Mike, I'm a little more comfortable with going into the race today. We've got a notebook. We got a race under our belts here. The race was exciting in the spring, but wait till you see what's going to happen here today. Aerodynamics and horsepower, big factors in the race today.
Harold, they can run 5 and 6 wide here, but will they?
Yes, they will, Mike. I guarantee you. This track has really got a lot of grip in it, and the speeds are fast, and the boys are happy.
Along with California, it's the widest track on the circuit. 3 wide, no problem. 4 wide, commonplace. 5 wide? Yeah, you'll hear that too.
And I can assure you, if there's anyone who can test how many cars you can shove into one area, it's going to be me in this race. I was doing it in the spring, running almost into the grass. I'm going to try it again. with an even worse starting position.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go Motown racing, boys and girls!
Main thing for us is to finish outside the bottom 5. It's early days. We're just trying to get some points on the board.
What do you mean finish outside the bottom 5? What kind of expectation is that out of a team that's won 21 races and 22 starts? Come on. Don't be stupid about this. Look at this. Does this look like a bottom 5 team? Come on. I'll just pass 7 cars one corner. When this expectation change happen?
One outside.
We're really that low on ourselves for sucking in qualifying? That was 90% my fault. That's the 10th car passed.
Slow it down. Caution.
Okay, didn't wreck. There, they are dying back there. That is not my problem. I don't know what I caused, but it was bad. Let's see. I squozed them. I squeezed and squozed, and they exploded. And then proceeded to die. I don't even know how I did that. All right, so I'm going to restart in 18th. I don't like being on the outside. I know I said I was going to do that in the spring race, but that's why I wrecked so much. Kyle Busch, Greg Biffles, your front row. And there's the solar flares again. I forgot about that.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. Got to the bottom.
Inside's clear.
I have a habit of making lanes.
Okay, man. Nice.
Seems to work.
Nice and smooth. There's your next victim.
I can tell the tires are actually starting to wear somewhat fast. Even though this is the default setup, I can feel more slip out of the right rear bumpers. Bumping, going 189 miles an hour. I did it at 207 in the spring race. So they're doing 4 wide. I'm glad I'm not a part of that. And Clint Boyer should really get up by the outside wall. I just realized I doored someone going 210. Probably not the smartest move I could have made, was it? Okay, so I thought Jeff was going to wall it there. I didn't like where he was going. I just jumped up to the top because I thought they were going to bog down. I was wrong. They're bogging on the top. We're having ourselves a little bit of a plate race back here, and I'd like to not be a part of it. Because we're going 211, and we're stacking up 3 and 4 wide.
3 wide, 2 high.
And I just made a really good rally on the bottom, actually.
Got one working the top.
We're doing 4. We are doing 4 right now. I wonder if you can pull off a slide job on 4 cars. The answer is yes.
You can do it. Stay on your toes.
Look at that.
Right's all clear, bud.
Didn't know you could pull a slider on 3 different people at once.
3 back.
All right, so that's a top 5 for right now. Whoop. They're slipping. There goes Matt. And I might be hitting the wall.
Car inside.
I didn't do it. I'm getting better at not gravitating towards those walls. They aren't magnetic, as much as I make it look like they are. All right, so we can actually settle in right now, at least for a little bit. Riding in 4th. Life looks pretty good. Might get 3rd.
High side. Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
I'm taking 3rd.
Clear.
Did it on the bottom. Didn't know I could do that. I'm going to keep taking this bottom. Well, I know that's not the bottom, but it's a second lane. I like running lower. It's a total contrast to what I do at Fontana, because Fontana, and I'm the fastest guy here.
Make it count.
Fontana, I try to paint the blue walls orange with this race car, because I run so close to the wall, and most of the time I actually hit it somewhat. But I love wall riding, ripping the fence at that type of racetrack, but this is not where you want to do that. The surface is going to take in this era another 20 years to get developed, and as we are right now, at least another 10.
Nice lap.
Another fastest
Good job.
lap.
Really good.
I mean, we are hauling 213. That is some speed right there. Gotta try that dive.
Looking really good, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Clear high.
Took the bottom line to second.
Man, set him up.
This track actually races really good when you're not
30 to
doing
go.
dumb strategy and
80.
wrecking everybody. Even though I'm still better than all the AIs, I am enjoying this. Well,
It's all
Kyle
you,
Busch
baby.
didn't even
We
get
got
down
this.
into the corner at all, but
Right's clear.
that was fun while it lasted. That was a pretty solid racing we were putting on.
Draft behind you.
He'll draft behind me. Buddy, this is Michigan. More of a powerhouse downforce type track. We don't need to be doing the whole plate racing thing. He's following me. Can you go down here, Kyle?
No one's gonna touch you.
Not man enough to try that out? Here, try this. See, he couldn't. Yeah, now him and Biffle got into a scrap, and they are just dropping way off. It's almost 1 second. Okay, I know the race is getting real boring now because I'm just out front leading, but I'll give it credit. At the very least, we had some legitimate racing for about 10 laps. I don't get that very often. Okay, I normally either wreck a bunch and then drive away or just drive away. So I was happy just to get 10 laps of fun. All right, so it's lap 16. And the advantage is almost 2 seconds. Which, you know, I'm not destroying the field in lap time. I'm not 30 seconds ahead. I'm just 2 seconds away and no one's gaining. So it might not be a total wash, but it is boring. But it does have the at least slight concern that if I do screw up, someone would be there to pounce.
We having fun out there?
I don't know if this is the true definition of fun. To just essentially be making laps. I mean, it's kind of neat to destroy the field this much, but at the same time, I think you race to have competition. This feels like being Richard Petty. I'm sure he got bored in a lot of races. He even said in that Darlington race he was broadcasting, sometimes he'd turn on the radio. This would be the time to do it. I can't do it for very obvious copyright reasons, although I guess I could turn on some high-quality, high-fashion stock music right now. Real, like, some smooth jazz stuff to have in the background. Beyond that, there ain't that much to see. Or hear. We got cars on pit road. That's something to talk about. You know, I can sit back now. I don't need to be up on the seat. That was for Watkins Glen. Imagine just comfortably cruising at, 207. Okay, so I'll be coming to pit road, obviously, within the next couple laps. I only got 3 laps of gas, so probably this lap or the next. Probably the next.
She won't run on fumes.
Yeah, most
You have to.
of the field pitting right now.
We need our car to be right. 10-4.
He's right. I'm going to pit this time just so that the field doesn't get a massive short pitting advantage. Wish me luck. This time I got to get back up on the seat because I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to green flag pit stops at this place. I guess just slow up early because I got a really good car. I don't want to screw it up. All right. Slowly just cruising on in there.
We don't need a black flag for speeding. Watch those dials.
I still cut it close.
So we might as well put tires on.
Why is it 35?
The crew's on the wall.
That's like a short track. All right, so Ryan Newman, I think, just took the lead by staying out. We're coming in.
Let's get ready.
This is going to be the only time we have to pit. I want everything, and from there, I guess, just try to put on as good of a pace as I did the last stint and cruise this thing home. And also hope the AIs don't wreck me coming off pit road, because they have the habit of doing that. You know, when the AI takes control right here, and then when it releases it sometimes
Great
in the
stuff,
middle of
guys.
a wreck,
Good job. In and out. It's all you now, buddy.
like that,
Hey, go get him, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out there. Keep hitting
I was
your
too talented to screw it up. See, Kyle Busch gained quite a bit on me. He ain't getting this lead back. I can tell you that. 07 car gets wide when it's slow. And there we go. The gap is stabilized. And now we drive away. I actually got 1 lap better tires, too. So it shouldn't be a big advantage at Michigan, but it's something.
Looking really good right here.
People setting really fast laps. Wow, I just went 212 by myself. I didn't even know you could do that. Almost walled it. Man, this place is fast. Took the high side there to keep that momentum wound up. Trying to set a fastest lap. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat Jeff Gordon's.
This is gaining on us.
Never mind.
Clean air. Keep digging.
How about that? See, Jeff Gordon thought he'd get the satisfaction of being the fastest Gordon in Michigan. Oh, I committed to the throttle super early. Super early on that. This one's going to be better. Yep.
Buddy. You're holding the fastest time right now.
36:59. And that's a race lap. That's not a Q lap. I don't think the tires got anything left in them, but those laps were fun. You know what? Screw it. I'm doing some clutch and coast stuff. Because I notice the fuel number's a little kind of close. I don't even want to have to think about it. You know, we got another car on pit road. I don't know if there's people like who just ran really long for some reason or if they're doing the whole double stop thing again. But if they're double stopping, they are idiots times 2. I need to point out I've backed the pace down by quite a bit. And they're still not catching me. Because they actually were going a lot faster than this earlier. Maybe they're trying to back the pace down, or the AI is that smart to try to conserve to make a fuel number? There's no way, is there? What am I even talking about in that sense? I should know better than to even say that. Yeah, we got more cars on pit road. They're going to double stop, aren't they? At least some of them.
Doing great.
Just a little tiny kiss of the wall there. Precision wall contact. At a track like Michigan, all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to narrow up the right side, take a little bit of drag out of this thing, make it faster down the straightaway. There's a strategy to it. Yeah, I'm definitely good to go on fuel now. I was a little bit iffy, but I've saved easily enough to make it. I mean, I'm 2 laps to the good, so I can even do a green-white checkered if needed. Yeah, a lot of people actually pitting. I did, I think, 2 test races of Michigan before I did this playthrough. I don't recall them doing double stops on either of them. But it looks like they're double stopping for both of the races that I'm actually going to record for the season. It is just so stupid. Look at them. More of them pitting. I've never seen AIs program like this in any other racing game where they're this conservative on their strategy. They might have been maybe half a lap short on gas. Instead, they decided to go for a whole second pit cycle instead of just maybe save a little bit. My guess is, though, everyone who pitted on lap 19, this is their double stop. I don't think the people who pitted on 21 are going to have to even attempt it in the AI's minds. Now, none of them should have to do it at all because they all should have been fine. But I'm just trying to think like an AI in this moment and try to really tap into their thought process. And I'm hoping that the people who pitted lap 20 and 21 are not going to do the double stop. But I bet they probably will. So, you know, with 10 laps to go, I got a 4.2 second advantage. More people are still pitting. And I'm very, very good to go on gas. So I really just want no cautions. And at this rate, I don't think I'm going to get one. Hey, there's David Stremme, the man who I pulled a bump and run at 207 miles an hour for the spring race. Wonder what's going to happen in the next couple races when Richard Petty has to shake Robby Gordon's hand and hand him an award for most wins scored in a season. Because there is nothing that's going to stop this 07 team from claiming 27 victories. You know, my lights just flicked. That's really concerning. I don't even think it's storming. It's getting dark out because it's late in the evening. I don't think there's anything going on. That's really bothersome. Now I got to fight the weather and or the power company. 5 to go.
5 to go.
Lots of people have pitted during this stint. Kyle Busch hasn't. I'll give him credit. Hadn't been a total idiot.
Right there if you want to draft.
Danica up in front of me. Just going to use the 10 cars. A bit of an added draft. Whoever this is better not try to do something stupid. Is that Travis? Yep. He did something stupid. And I do not want to be a part of it.
Car approaching high.
Travis has got tires. He's actually passing me. Tremendous embarrassment.
Car high.
I'm at least going to door him a little bit.
4 to go. Whatever you're doing, you just keep doing it. 1 up top.
Travis, turn into the corner a little later when you got a car on your inside. Slide job. How you like it? Oh, Kyle Busch pitted. I was in the mix of the Travis battle, and second place pitted like a total idiot.
Watch your inside.
And now I think, well, Jeff didn't pit. There's no way he was at pit road. It's just Greg muscled the spot off him. Me and Greg, are we going to finish 1-2 again? This season would suck to watch as a fan.
3 to go.
Now, from the internal perspective of watching Robby Gordon through the whole thing, it's entertaining because of the stupidity of the antics. But imagine if you were in these grandstands at Michigan, if this was real, how disappointed you'd be by every single week. It's Robby Gordon winning by at least 10 seconds typically, and Greg Biffle second. Or Matt Kenseth, one of the two. 8 seconds is the margin. Lots of cars on pit road, a lot this time. Coming to 2 to go. Greg Biffle pitted, 2 to go, and Greg pits. That is so dumb. Wonder where that's going to shake him out in the strategy, being second in points. All right. It looks like we're going to come around and lap him. Inexplicable. White flag.
Come on, Victor Lane, this is it. Let's go.
I just lapped the whole field at Michigan. Epic. You thought the first race was a whooping. We come back even stronger in the end of August. I'll get that big draft. 209.
Nice and smooth. You're way out in front. Use that clean air.
Gonna bump draft Ryan Newman out of the way and into the wall.
Put it on the high side.
Coming to the flag. Another win. And it's by a lot. Kyle Busch got second.
Way to go, buddy. Great job. Awesome. Awesome, buddy. I knew you had it in you. Great job there, buddy. You go give us a nice burnout.
How about win by over 2 miles? That's how I set the benchmark. I don't even know how many wins this is in a row, but it's a lot. I'm pretty sure we already got the record beat
On you for that one, man.
of most consecutive wins. I just blew a tire. Right rear is gone. So this is going to be a fun victory lap. In the spring race at Michigan, it was the fastest Polish victory lap in human history, with probably a trap speed of about 210. This is now going to become the fastest Polish victory lap on 3 tires in human history. Flat out, probably about 170. And there is the lap. Look at this thing shoot sparks. All right, I made my way back around. Give me them titanium Michigan bushes. I'm losing momentum. I'm digging into the dirt.
You're the man.
But that's all I needed. I love these bushes. It's the most Looney Tunes thing I've ever seen. It's unfortunate I don't even get another chance to see them this season, but I'll always remember them. That's how you wreck out on a bush. And also win by over 2 miles. I don't even know what number this is. It's like win 22 or something.
Number 1. That was a great drive and an awesome performance.
Another one, and we also got the fastest lap. That's a big thing for my personal satisfaction. I always like to be the fastest guy and the best. You know, Greg Biffle actually managed to sneak that second place off of Kyle Busch. So how many second place finishes is that for Greg? That's like at least 3 I can remember, but probably more than that, closer to the realm of 5. So he is definitely the second best guy. Kyle Busch third, you know, Jeff Gordon recovering from 40th place finish at the Glen. Dennis 7th, Marcos up in this. Bobby Labonte 11th. That's the best I think I've seen him finish this season. Matt Kenseth down 13th. He is progressively losing the edge that he had for the first half of the season. Wait a minute. Joe Nemechek 22nd and only 1 lap down? How? How did he do this? I'm going to need a Joe Nemechek race analysis. David Reagan 33rd. That wild card spot ain't happening, Mama Jamma. Travis Pastrana, this bothers me. Down in 38th. That's definitely not good for a man trying to make the chase. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. dead last. Roush last, but also second. The point gap that I have above Greg Biffle has started to kind of stagnate, and that's because every time I win now, Greg finishes in second. Even though I have more than 1,000 points, which is an awful lot because of 22 wins in 23 races, the point advantage has only been extended to 330 from 324 in the last race. Greg Biffle really well assumed second position in these last couple races, consecutive second-place finishes, has a 37-point advantage above Matt Kenseth for second. By the way, Travis's bad days kicked him down to 11th, and Jeff Gordon's good days brought him up to 9th. It's a mathematical impossibility, I believe, at this point for David Reagan to get a wild card position, but we can still all reminisce on his win and second-place finish. And last, Joe Nemechek, even though he got a lot of points at Michigan, 22nd-place finish, one of the highlights of the season for him when it comes to actually, racing for performance. So anyway, that does it for race number 23 of the Robby Gordon season mode. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. First 10 or so laps had some legitimate racing in it. At least that was good for a change. Next race is Bristol, though, so watch out for that one. There's going to be some dumb antics in that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I've got a Patreon set up as well. A lot more Robby Gordon crap coming up soon, as well as whatever else I come up with.